환경 오염은 심각한 문제입니다. 환경 오염은 심각한 문제입니다. 환경 오염은 심각한 문제입니다. I'm done with it.
This was my situation 9 months ago. I didn't know where to start, I didn't know what to do, I just didn't actually know why do I really need to learn Korean, and actually do I really want to learn Korean. So in this video I'll help you to understand how to learn Korean effectively, fast, and how I got to an intermediate level in this language for a relatively short amount of time. So keep watching if you're interested. So I will start this video with some tips to get you ready for more interesting parts of this video, is my opinion. So first tip will be to start speaking from the first day. You don't understand how extremely helpful and how extremely important this part of your journey. Because when I started to learn Spanish, I decided that I will be able to learn all the grammar in Spanish in less than a week or in a week. Of course, it is impossible, but because you can actually learn structure, you can learn how to write it correctly, but you won't know how to use it properly. So the best way is in any language actually is to start speaking from the first day. So if you have decided to learn language, you have to be ready to repeat things, to repeat new information, to repeat words, grammar, to repeat, and repeat, because your learning journey won't be completed without repeating. You can just learn 10 words in a day, every day, and just don't repeat them. You won't learn anything like this. Believe me, I have been learning languages and it's not working like this. So this is the method that I'm using right now and I have been using for all these years, is the 3 days method, like this. I am picking some grammar points or some vocabulary list. I'm learning this on the first day. Then on the second day I'm learning some new words, new grammar, completely different. You can, for instance, take on the first day about food, topic about food. On the second day you can take topic about, I don't know, clothes or whatever you want. And on the third day you take another different topic. So this tip is self-explanatory. You have to start learning Hangul right away. I have friends that always learn Korean with me, but they just memorized pronunciation, I think it's romanization, yeah, romanization, and they didn't learn Hangul at first. They started to learn Hangul after several months of their learning in romanization. Romanji is in Japanese, I think. So, but I think that is extremely important to start learning Hangul right away, from the day you start speaking in this language. You start to get used to this language more efficiently and faster, that's for sure. So you probably learn Korean to travel or to study or to work or just to train your brain, whatever. But in either way, try to memorize phrases, but not focus too much on some grammars that you don't know so far. You don't have to know it for now. If you are a beginner, you don't have to learn it right away and do just pile your brain with some information that you probably will forget for now. So try to learn at a slow pace, but consistently and to automatic. As I already said, don't go crazy on learning. Start slow and go slow at a slow pace. Yeah, it might be annoying at first, it might be boring, I know this. I also, even right now, I feel frustrated actually, because I want to learn something new, I want to learn new grammar. like this, and this is my thing in Japanese right now. I want to learn more, but I understand that I haven't mastered the things that I learned before, and I return to them, and I again repeating until I master it. So go on a slow pace, please. Practice speaking, listening, writing, and reading. You probably will think that is self-explanatory too, but as I have already said, when I was learning Spanish, I decided that I don't need to listen to anything. I just have to focus on grammar. I need to learn some really old books about grammar. I learned really little of vocabulary, and it was my biggest mistake. You have to focus. If I would say what is the most important thing in a language, it's probably speaking in the first place, and then grammar already. You would be able to make sentences with grammar. It's extremely powerful to learn grammar, but you have to communicate in this language. If you know advanced grammar or advanced vocabulary, and you try to make this somehow together, you can write extremely sophisticated texts or poems, I don't know. But you can't speak is the biggest struggle. It is the biggest struggle. I was struggling with this with English, with French, and please start speaking. Start speaking. It's the biggest tip that I can give you. And right now I would want to give you some helpful resources that I use and that might help you with your learning journey. The first resource that I want to give you is a YouTube channel called Miss Wiki. I haven't found a YouTube channel like this for now, because she explains the most sophisticated and the most challenging grammar, like at a lightning speed. I understand this at a lightning speed, honestly. Of course, I need to rewatch her video for like a few times just to memorize it and in my brain more efficiently, and be more confident in this grammar. But she explains just perfectly. I really suggest you to follow her. So on the second place is the Korean class. I don't honestly remember the full name of this YouTube channel. I will leave it right here. But they have pretty long videos. They have like live streams, and I was watching live streams, but I think that it's not super effective. But if you have time, you would have to try it. They have some grammar videos that are honestly really effective. So I think it's just this channel is just not for me, but probably you can find it helpful, so I will leave the name right here. But anyway, I think it has a good explain for grammar points and for vocabulary as well, so I think it's 8 out of 10. Well, the name of this channel is Billy Korean. Billy Korean, and he also explains the grammar really good, really simple, in a simple way. So I also suggest you to look out for his channel and to see if you like it. I personally think that listening is crucial for when learning new language. So here is some YouTube channel podcast that I am listening, and I was listening when I was learning Korean at beginner level and also at intermediate level right now. So here we go. The name of this channel is Choisu, I think, like this. I think Choisu. I will leave it the name right here. But her podcast is really interesting. You can actually recognize words. I was really happy when I recognized some words. I was like, oh, I know this word, I can understand it even if it's like 3 words in a full podcast. But they're short, so you don't have to spend a lot of time. You just, this podcast, you can do any other things and listen to podcasts at the same time. So they're short, and it's perfectly friendly and beginner friendly as well. So the next YouTube podcast channel is Alpha Korean Class. This is more intermediate podcast, I think. She has more sophisticated topics, more profound topics, but it's also interesting and also training your listening skills. So the last YouTube podcast channel is Story Time in Korean. It is also really comfortable, really cozy channel. If you'll see their animation, it's just mind-blowing. I don't know. They're simple, but their podcast is comprehensive, and their videos have just really beautiful images, really beautiful, I don't know, atmosphere. So try to listen to them as well. And this is like bonus tip, I think. Try to combine these resources together. Like on the first day you're listening to one YouTube podcast, then on the other day to other one, and like this. So it is even better. So your brain started to like get used to new people's speech, how they speak differently, and it's extremely important and extremely helpful for your brain. So I don't actually like random internet resources in any language. I think it's like too random for me. I like when I have structure and plans in the language. But I recently found this website. I don't know how I would learn Korean grammar, more profound, more advanced Korean grammar without this website. Is How to Learn Korean. It's just a game changer. It's a lifesaver for me in my Korean learning journey. You will find grammar points from the total beginner to the most advanced, I think. And you have a plan. You actually have a plan. He has grammar points. He explains this so simple, and it's so understandable. And on the top of the lesson you will find out also some words, some vocabulary, so it's also helpful. So, and the last part of this video, finally, is application. Woo! We've got this far, and I don't know actually how long will be this video, but I'm already a bit tired. So about application, right? I personally don't use Duolingo. I'm sorry, Duolingo. I have 1,000 days in a row in Duolingo. But I don't use Korean Duolingo. Yeah, I didn't use Korean Duolingo because I don't think that it's really structured, I think. And yeah, I just don't like it. That's it. And I don't actually recommend it. Excuse me. But of course I have some good applications to learn Korean, so let's get started from the first one. So this application has has a structure that you have understood that I love structure. It's structured, it has vocabulary to learn, it has speaking practice, and of course stories, like K-dramas, short K-dramas. And you will find it, it's a must-have. Every Korean learner must have it. So the next application is Drops. I use Drops not only for Korean but for English, French, Spanish as well. Its application is for vocabulary, so it has a structured vocabulary for different topics like food, its most basic food, clothes, house, surroundings, whatever, and of course most advanced like health. I think you will learn ecology, biology, more profound lessons. But it's mostly focused on vocabulary, on new words, and of course the design is just, I adore when an application has a beautiful design. Honestly, it keeps me more motivated to learn new languages. So yeah, I extremely suggest you to download it. So the next application is for reading, and its name is Bilingua app. This is a story-based application, so it has stories, for instance, for different topics like news, fiction stories, fairy tales, science, whatever you want. You can pick which one you're interested in. You can pick your level in this language. I know that they have Korean courses. Korean courses, Japanese courses, and French, Spanish. You will see the list on their application. But of course they have paid courses, but I personally use free stories. You can tap on the word. It's on Premier site. It's on Premier. So on if you will buy premium, you will see that you can tap on the word, and you will see translation for this, and I think explanation for this. So also, if you want to buy a premium version, you can of course have some perks, but I personally use the free version, and I'm getting a lot from the free version as well. So the last application is just for your personal I think searching, is Papago. Is this application is for translation, so if you just want to understand how some verb, for instance, is conjugated, or some new words, you can just use it like a normal translator. Just is more focused on Japanese language, Chinese, and Korean language. That was a lot of information for right now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share your opinion in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!